Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I just wanted to quickly demonstrate some of the two big new features coming to multiplayer enabled mods via D2R LAN. And those features are going to be Sunder Mechanic or Sunder Charms and Terror Zones. So those have both been kind of recreated from scratch for 2.4 base mods, and we're going to show you how you can use them and take advantage of them in this video. So with all that said, if you guys are liking this kind of content, make sure you like and subscribe, helps everybody out, and definitely be sure to check out the video description below for links to our website, Discord, Patreon, etc., where you can get the kind of tools and stuff we're talking about. But with that said, we're going to basically jump right into it. So to start things off, I'm going to just start the game and show you Terror Zones kind of in action. Show you how that works, and then we'll talk a little bit about Sunder Mechanic and all that kind of stuff, and show you how it all interacts. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, these systems have been recreated from scratch. So they will have some differences between the official implementations. Most of them are upgrades and a good thing, but there are the occasional quirk or such tossed in that again we'll go over in this video and stuff. But as I've been yapping, you've probably noticed here that we have some of the terrorized levels displayed on the top right, along with a newly added rotation timer, so you can tell when those levels are going to be rotated out to the next thing. Obviously, depending on your Terror Zone config file settings, it'll change how often things rotate, what levels are activated, etc. And we'll go quickly over that here later in the video. So these are our terrorized levels currently, but because it's a custom implementation, we also have some custom features already, so you can do Control-Alt-Z for now to instantly switch your currently active Terror Zones. And if I push that again, you can see it'll switch them again. And then you might also notice that I'm playing a custom mod right now, and this mod has some extra levels, and those levels can also be terrorized, displayed, etc. The only caveat is that if they're brand new levels, the mod author will have to add the level names to the config file so that the game kind of knows what to use and stuff for them, at least for now. But with that said, so we can see we have all these levels terrorized. What I'm going to do is enable some cheats just to make things a little faster and easier for this demo, and then I'm going to go around and show this kind of just working in progress. So we can see here that if I go around and kill some monsters, let's try to get them to drop any kind of item. Oh, come on. So we're just looking for any item that will have the item level displayed. There we go. So we can see that these monsters are level 4. They start out level 1, but because it was a champion pack, they get their +3 levels. So they will drop level 4 items. Now, however, if I go to Catacombs, we will see that the monsters are substantially higher than they would normally be. So let's go ahead and find some victims over here. It's actually a little hard to click with all the speed, but give me a minute, we'll get there. Alright, and there you go. As you can see, these monsters are level 45. So because they're terrorized, they're much higher level than normal. Obviously, if we were in hell and stuff, this would continue to scale. But what I'm going to go ahead and show you is open up the mod files, and we're going to take a quick look at that Terror Zone config file. So HD global Excel, and we'll see our Terror Zone file there. And as we can see here, we've told it that the default max level in normal for the max bound should be 45. So that's exactly why the monster dropped a level 45 item, because we told it that was the max value that we wanted to use for the normal difficulty. As I mentioned before, it'll depend on how long you guys have the cycle rotation set for, what your level settings are, all that kind of stuff. You guys can configure this how you want, but it will work a lot like it did in Blizzard. In retail, sorry, and you can control things how you like, and the custom coding will kind of read all that and process it again a lot like it would have in retail. So that's a quick demo of Terror Zones, a lot of you already kind of know how that works. And then just in case you don't, this has been a pretty short explanation of it. It will allow certain zones to be terrorized, and those terrorized zones will have increased monster levels and stuff like that, which will enable them to drop from better drop tables, better items, all that stuff. In the future, you can also expect that we're likely going to have special stat adjustments applied to monsters and things like that, probably on a somewhat random basis. So for example, this terror zone might give monsters a whole bunch of extra life and resistance. Maybe the next terror zone gives them a whole bunch of damage and speed. Whatever. We can expand upon that in the future, so just kind of be mentally prepared for that coming down the line, at least as an option to be toggled. And then the other thing, obviously, is going to be Sunder Charm. Sorry. So this one's just not quite as easy to demonstrate the effect, because you need immunities and all that kind of stuff. So if you'll give me just a minute here, we're going to exit back to the main menu, and then I'm going to go ahead and open up the mod files. And then from here, we're going to go to Global, Excel, and we're just going to change some monsters real quick, just so I can make a little bit of this demonstration easier and show you how the Sunder Charms is working in the meantime. So we're going to edit Fallen 1, and we're just going to give it a whole bunch of resistance. So in normal, I'm going to give it, like 200 all resistances, and that way, obviously, it's definitely immune to anything, any element that we throw at it, especially normal. I'm going to press Control R on the main menu to go ahead and reload the text files. And if I just quickly do a sanity check here, I should be able to confirm that all the Fallens have 200 fire resistance due to the display. So there we go. We can see that they have 200 fire res except for their fire immunity. So whoops, looks like I already had some on my character. Oopsies. Alright, so what I want to do is I've removed any of my immunity reduction, pretend those were Sunder Charms or something, and I'm going to go ahead and exit the game and rejoin. Again, the Sunder mechanics are applied on monster spawn, so since I've kind of removed everything, I just want to forcefully respawn them for the demo video. But once we go back, we can see once more that our Fallen have 200 to all resistances. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is take one of those charms. That gives me 150 immunity reduction. Again, this is a custom mod. It just works a little differently in Sunder Charms. In Sunder Charms, it's a hidden 300% that you just never see, but it functions the same way as what I'm showing you. And as you can see, I put it on, but nothing happens. This is the quirk for Sunder Charms, but also the benefit, since most of you will kind of never unequip them, it will be a non-issue. But as you can see, he still has 200 fire resistance if I hover over him. So I'm going to go ahead and save and exit so he can respawn with my Sunder stat. And now that I have that, we should see that his resistance has been reduced. Alright, and there we go. We can see that the fire resistance is now set to 95. So just like in retail, I have 150, so 200 minus 150, you would think if it were a normal resistance, it would drop all the way down to 50. But because this is only used for breaking immunities, as soon as the monster gets to 95 resistance, the Sunder stat, the Sunder effect has no more purpose, and it just doesn't do anything. So that's why it stops at 95. And then you'll need conviction, lower resist, all that kind of stuff, minus resistance, to deduce that further. But I just wanted to again explain how that works. And for 90% of you or whatever that just use Sunder Charms, once you have it in your inventory, you're kind of all set. Obviously, every game you join, every time a monster spawns, it'll already have the correct settings and stuff. So again, I restarted, and we'll just run back, and we should see that everything still has 95 res and all that. But that will be a quick demonstration. Come on, fall in where you are. There you are. So there you go, still 95 res. And that will be just a quick demonstration of how Sunder charms, terror zones, etc. work. Again, these will use the same stats, the same files and stuff that they did in retail, just with some differences to facilitate things. Speaking of differences, real quick, since I was talking about Sunder charms, one of the big changes is that all your states will apply at full effectiveness. So do I have any? Let me go ahead and set all skills to 20 for this because I'm a big cheater. And then let's go ahead and select conviction. So again, they're at 95 right now. And then we can tell that from my conviction, I'm actually going to get minus 150 again in this mod. And then when I apply that, you can see that 95 minus 150 equals negative 55. Auras and states like low resistance, things like that, they will now apply at 100% effectiveness if the monster's immunity has been broken. If the monster is still immune, it's still going to apply at that 1/5 rate. But unlike in retail, you're going to unlock the 100% application once they have been broken. That is why things like conviction and stuff will still be extremely powerful because they will just be much more potent for actual reduction once the Sunder stat has been included. But anyways, thanks again for kind of sticking around, seeing how it all works. Expect updates in the future to improve things, make it more reliable, etc. for config and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, thank you, and take care. Bye-bye.